Hi friends, Carrie from Texas. How are you today? It is a really miserably cold day here in Texas, and I thought I'd take an opportunity to do a live today and just get some stuff off of my chest that have been really bugging me. Between the continual irresponsibility of so-called national news networks and journalists, none of those fit into the actual definition. ABC, NBC, MSNBC, Joy Reid, Morning Joe, The View. All of these people have a distinct accountability with the state of our country. They continue to spew lies through their words, through their actions. I get that we're all not going to agree. That is just human nature, right? If we all agreed, how boring would it be? I mean, it would be so boring. The difference is there is no ability in the United States today, from where I sit, where two people of different ideologies could actually sit down and have a constructive, respectful, non-insulting, degrading, and sometimes non-violent conversation about what those differences are. And the average American in the middle class, those that are under $150,000 a year, that are looking at a very small Christmas. Some of them have lost their homes, their cars. These people are responsible, our national news, for the division in this country. Joy Reid, I'm sorry, she's a racist. She's a racist. If you don't adhere to what she says, and you follow every word of what she says, and you believe it and support it, you're a racist. I mean, President Obama, let me rephrase this. Former President Obama, let's get it right. After all, Whoopi is right, correct? We don't call former presidents Mr. President. They're former president. Give me a break. They're president, for Christ's sakes. They were. Respect the office for what it is. These people have facilitated and perpetuated and encouraged and fed the hatred and division in this land. They are responsible because they've taken what the politicians are saying and they're spreading it every single day, and they're still spreading it today. Even after the election is done, it's final, Trump won. There's a lot of happy people, there's a lot of unhappy people. That's generally what happens when there's a race of any kind and one person wins and the other doesn't. The difference here is that these outlets, these people, these companies are perpetuating this hysteria. I mean, you have women's groups who have set women's rights back 50 years because now they've shaved their heads, they're wearing some sort of ridiculous bracelet, and they're saying, oh, we're not going to have sex because, by God, we are going to teach men that they can't disagree. If they disagree, we're going to withhold sex. The ideology is just astoundingly stupid. Agree with me, don't disagree. I don't really care. One of the greatest parts about this country is that we have the freedom to get on whatever social media outlet we want, and we express our opinions. And we provide details that we are not getting from the mainstream media. Did you know that there's actually politicians since the election that have actually come out and said that you and I aren't capable of getting on the internet and finding out our own news, and so therefore we need to be that needs to be stopped, it needs to be changed, it needs to be restricted? Hello? If that's not a Marxist communist viewpoint, I don't know what is. The mainstream media, as we knew it growing up, and I'm the last generation of the baby boomers, is dead and gone. Walter Cronkite would be rolling over in his grave to see what has happened to his profession. They're just mouthpieces. They're propagandists. They are bought and paid for by a political affiliation. In this case, it is the Democratic Party. And the Democrats will do anything, as we have seen, to control their power. They're not worried about you. They are not worried about me. They don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. All they care about is they want their power. This is why we have got to, as a country, as the boss, we are the boss, the American people are the boss, institute term limits. So these people can't make a career like Biden has of sucking the life out of the American economy. Did you know you can work 5 days in our government as a senator or in the House? And if it's only 5 days, you will get lifetime medical benefits. You will get lifetime retirement benefits for 5 days. Do you get that? Do I get that? How is that okay? I mean, how is it okay? We have politicians that have been in Washington as long as I've been alive, and I'm 62 years old. And it's time to say we've had enough of this. We need new people every 4 years, new blood, new thoughts, new direction, so our country can always be progressive and moving forward with ideas. It's the swamp. It is the swamp. And they continue to drain the American people's money. And they don't care. They don't care that you can't buy Christmas for your kids. They don't care that you've lost your home or your car, or you've been unemployed, or you haven't been on a holiday in 5 years. They don't care. They care about one thing, actually two things. They care about their control, and they care about the money that they make from their control. And that is it. And anybody that gets in their way is going to be destroyed. The problem, you see, is that in all of their efforts, in all of their weaponization of our own government's bureaucracy, departments, even with that amount of Herculean effort, they can't buy or control Donald Trump. He's not a politician. He's a business owner. He's an American who wants America to be first. He wants you and me to be first. Biden just dropped $1 billion in Africa, and Americans can't buy food, for Christ's sakes. And they lie all the time. I went yesterday and counted on as many videos as I could how many times Joe Biden said he would never pardon his son. There were 37 different occasions that I found in an hour online where he said he would honor the American justice system, he would not interfere with this, and he would never pardon his son. But yet he did. Yet he did. It's just astounding to me that this goes on, and as Americans, we've taken the first step in the voting process to say that we are done with it. But there's a lot more work to do, people, because let me tell you, there's people out there in government positions. They don't care what you and I say. They don't care the fact that the election is over and that Donald Trump has been elected. They are so worried about their own power that they're not going to pay attention to anything that is said. Whether you say it, I say it, Trump says it, or their own Democratic Party says it. They're just entrenched in their own power that it does anything else is just moot. They don't care. And they're going to do anything and everything to upset the apple cart. So what do? Well, we continue to get on social media and demand it. That's what we do. This is our voice. This is where we have the rights as Americans to say, no, I'm not going to accept this. No, you're not going to disobey a direct order. If you disobey a direct order from wherever it comes from, then you're fired. Because let me tell you something. I know the average American deals with accountability every single day. Accountability to pay their bills, take care of their children, take care of their homes, take care of their jobs. And these people just don't give a shit. And they will do and say anything for one reason and one reason only. They're not a representative of you and me. I'm sorry, they're just not. They can say it all day long on both sides of the aisle. They're not. And we as Americans have got to continue to put the pressure on everyone. Everyone. From the president down to the local official that's sitting at a desk in your local county. And make them realize that the American people are just done with all of this. It's been decades and decades and decades. And we're just done. And we have to force the issue. We have to make sure that it gets done. And if they don't comply, well, same thing would happen to you and I. We'd get a pink slip and we'd be sent home. Why are we any less important? We're actually more important because we are the ones that vote and steer the country in the direction that we want it to go in. Not everybody. There's a lot of people that are unhappy. I get it. But do we want to destroy the country in the process? Or do we want to try to move our country forward? Because frankly, I'm just so sick of all of it. It's like a cancer that invades our society and it's been left unchecked. The hatred and the division. And we've just got to say enough. And we've got to get back to the middle and start talking to each other. Formulating coalitions outside Washington, D.C. to put pressure on all of the lawmakers. All of them. No one gets off scot-free. No one. Unless you're Hunter Biden and you just got a pardon. And did you know that his pardon includes any crime that he does in the next 10 years? Wouldn't we all love a get out of jail free card? He just got one. It is a perfect end to his career because it shows without a shadow of a doubt that he just does not care what the American people think or say or want. He's only concerned about him, his family. You, your family, me, my family, we don't mean anything. He proved that. And his legacy is that. 50 years, and what has he accomplished? I mean, really, what has he accomplished? Worst president in history, worst vice president in history. I would love to know just exactly what the government has paid him in his career, and then look at the bottom line of how much money he actually has. Then you will see just how truly corrupt this president is and has been for 50 years. I really do hope everyone is doing well as we head into the holiday season. There's a lot of people that disagree with me, and I get it. I respect the fact that you disagree. Respect the fact that I disagree. This is why I don't put comments on my videos, because the left just cannot come to the table analytically, respectfully, and have a discussion. They just can't. And it's proved every single day on this app. So, many blessings, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to whatever you believe. I hope it is a splendid, splendid holiday season. Please be careful out there. Don't ever take anything or anyone for granted, because you just can't afford to make a mistake. As we've seen with so many communities and individuals who have been affected forever. We've lost a lot of Americans because of this administration. And that's unforgivable. God bless everyone. Carrie from Texas, thanks for watching today. I'm sorry I can't interact, but without my glasses on, I can't see anything. And with them on, all you see is big rings. So many blessings. God bless. Have a splendid day. And we'll see you the next time. Take care. Gotta put my glasses on to end.